It's really important to plant a bunch of native flowers around here because a bunch of the different animals here, like for example, there's a certain butterfly that's just native to Palos Verdes and all of the canyons around here, and it really thrives off of a bunch of different flowers, like for example the California lupins.
California lupins are really popular California wildflowers. They're right up there with the poppy. They're kind of an iconic plant. A lot of pollinators love them. A lot of insects thrive on lupin seeds for food, and we need all kinds of birds eat insects, and the ecosystem goes on from there. First, the kids processed lupins on the table. They separated all the seeds from the stems so they could kind of have seeds that they could easily throw around the canyon. And then we walked around in small groups and found bright sunny places without a lot of plants growing there, and distributed these seeds in hopes that the rain will hit them next year and they'll germinate and come up next year, and we'll have hopefully fields of lupin flower. Trying to grow California wildflowers is part of this bigger project of the canyon that Martin Beihauer started 30 or 40 years ago, of replacing introduced species that evolved over millions of years in other parts of the world with species that evolved in California.
It's really important because these kinds of flowers are the things that sustain this wildlife, and not only just the wildlife, but also keep the weeds in check and also are just very pretty to be around.
The Eco Club, more generally, just provides students with a great example of what Chadwick's all about, which is student-centered experiential education. Students come down here, they put on the gloves, they get dirty, they're working with the plants, they're working with the seeds. They're not just reading about this stuff in textbooks. One of our other big goals of Eco Club is to help students develop a personal relationship with nature. They know how to grow plants, they can identify plants, they can see how these plants have their own life cycles. So the mission of the Eco Club is to help students get an authentic experience of building a more meaningful relationship with nature, but it's also about the Chadwick Canyon becoming a piece of the larger Palos Verdes and Southern California ecosystem, where it's just one local action that's part of a much broader national movement to restore native plants to our communities, which is actually part of a bigger global project to try to create a healthy ecosystem for humanity in the 21st century.
Like a bunch of all the big oak trees, and they were planted and grown by Chadwick students, and I feel like that just sort of leaves a legacy behind for you, even maybe 20 years in the future. If you come back here, you're like, oh, this tree that's growing here, I planted that when I was in eco community in Chadwick.